Hi guys, welcome back. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. I do have to go to the post office, but I am nowhere near getting ready to go to the post office yet, so that'll be towards the evening. But I do have to label my body sprays and my hair and body shimmer. So I thought, well, what the hell? Let me just bring you guys along while I'm labeling, and I don't know if I'm going to bring you along while I put them on the shelf because I've got to reorganize a bunch of stuff. First and foremost, before I start, please ignore the mess, okay? It is a disaster. Our kitchen table is no longer a kitchen table. It is a catch-all table. Dog treats, chips, bananas, coffee, pods. It's just a mess. So, you know, that's just how it is. So I made these last night. Momo went home with his mama yesterday, and so I needed to take advantage of that and get some of my body sprays restocked and make my labels. And then tonight I have to do restocking of some of my wax melts that I'm out of stock on, and then make some wax melt samples, which I usually make in just 1 ounce cups. I can show you really quick. So everyone gets one of these in their order. So you get 2 of them. They're 1 ounce each. I try to fill them up. I try to, give like a decent sample. And then I go ahead and I don't do anything fancy. I just cut up some cardstock and write wax melt samples, and then there's always a label on there so you know what scent. And then recently I've been also adding 1 ounce of the body butter base that I've been selling, as well, not the base, but the body butter that I've been selling. And then they will usually get, if I have them, a 0.5 milliliter sample of the body spray. So usually it's just with whatever extra I have. Sometimes I will make some in a particular scent for whatever reason. And then I think I have some of those packed up. So this is a sample. Okay, so this is the body. This is actually the hair and body shimmer. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of got like a pink shimmer to it. But what I do is I just make my own cardstock body spray and shimmer care tips, and then I cut these up in my paper cutter, and then I wrap each one around here and I staple it, and that is what usually the samples include. So you get the body butter, 2 wax melts, and a body spray. Most of the time, up until now, it's been just the wax melts. I just recently added the body spray and the body butter to the shop, so I've only been giving those samples out for a month or 2. But I try to load up people with samples because I do want them to try. And I'm a giver. I just like to do that. So that is what I've got to do tonight. And I have to... what else do I gotta do? I think that's about it. I'm almost out of the body spray samples. This is the last, plus I have a couple over there in my container. I think I have like 2 or 3, so I'm only gonna have a few samples, and that is simply because I need to order some more of these 0.5 milliliter spray bottles, and I just get those on Amazon. I think the one that, I can put a link to it if you want. The one that I get on Amazon, I think it's $9.99 for 60 of these. And so that's not a bad deal. I haven't heard any complaints about the spray. I have used them for samples myself. The sprayer seems to work okay. This particular scent is orange sherbet. So I have got today, I have got orange sherbet. I've got Baja Cactus Blossom, strawberries and cream, peach nectar. What is this? Love Spell, blueberry cheesecake, mahogany teakwood, Fruit Loops, and what is this? Cashmere plum. So that's not all of the ones that I have in stock. I think I have kudzu, but I still have a couple of those left. I have lavender and white sage. I have lavender and black amber. I have yuzu and satsuma, which is like a very citrusy smell. I really like that one. That one's popular in the wax melts. In fact, that's one that I'm going to be restocking tonight. And I might have another couple of scents up there. I'd have to go on to the shop and see exactly everything I have, but I try to make sure that I have a little bit of a variety for everyone. And the great thing about making the body sprays, and just so you guys know, the body spray that I use, the base, I do not make my own base. I buy the base from Essentials by Catalina. I love their products. I had never heard of them until a few months ago. I was really testing out various body spray bases as well as lotion bases, and as much as I love Flaming Candle, I do not care for their body spray or their lotion. I ended up finding or coming across a video on YouTube, and somebody was making body sprays with this as well as their shimmer base, and I thought, well, what the heck, this is the shimmer for hair and body mist, and I ordered, I think these are, yeah, this is a gallon. Each is a gallon. It's 7.5 pounds. So each of these, I believe it's like $45. So I ordered these to try them, and I absolutely loved them. And so I switched from the Flaming Candle body spray base to Essentials by Catalina. Also, I love Essential by Catalina, the body butter. Okay, so the body butter, I buy them in the big buckets. Again, I do not make the body butter. I buy the base. I add the oils, the fragrance oils to the body sprays. Obviously, I add a soap dye, but I do not add anything to the body butter. So I can't really show you this because it's empty. This is an empty bucket here. And I would have ordered more when I ordered these the other day, but they were out of stock. I only wanted a single bucket. You can still order the big tub. It's like a big old drum. You can order them in 2-packs or you can order them in 4-packs, but the singles were out of stock. And this was also $45. And so I was on a budget, and I could not afford the 2 buckets or anything larger, and so I opted to restock the body sprays and the shimmer and wait on the body butter. I still have a lot in stock, but in the meantime, I can't make samples, so I won't have any more samples of the body butter, and I can't make any for myself because I do like to try the various scents for myself as well. But just to show you what it looks like, this is how I sell them. I sell them in the little 4-ounce plastic containers, and it's very, very thick and creamy. I need to actually go grab one of mine so that you can maybe see the texture of it, but I really love this. Night and day difference from the body lotion that I purchased from Flaming last year, or probably, well, yeah, technically last year. I ended up trying their sample base from Flaming, and I was completely disappointed because this stuff is like water. You can see it, right? I mean, you can literally shake it like water. That is not how lotion should be. To me, that's more like a body wash, and not even a body wash. Body wash is thicker than this. So I tried this and I was like, wow, this is awful. So this has just been sitting here. I used it for myself to try a couple of samples. That was a waste. That was a waste of the fragrance oil that I put in there because I couldn't use it. I went to Flaming Candle and read some of the reviews, and it was a common complaint that it was very, very thin. And apparently somebody had wrote in one of the reviews that Flaming had reached out to them and, offered some suggestions, including adding jojoba oil and all this other stuff. And I'm like, that's not what I want. I don't want to have to buy something to only then turn around and buy 20 other ingredients to add to it to make it thick. So when I came across Essentials by Catalina, I tried a sample of their body butter and I was amazed. I was sold right then and there. I was like, this is the texture that I'm looking for. Actually, the basic body base used to be their body butter base. So it does have a body butter texture. And then I usually, when I make it, I try to whip it up as much as I can to make it even softer. But the texture of it is beautiful. I love it. And it takes and holds scent very well. So when you are making products like this, of course, you want to make sure that you're using fragrance oils that are safe for skin. And you can always find that information depending on where you're getting it from. Now, Flaming Candle doesn't do this. You have to go to their website when you order. You have to look at it there. But I believe Candle Science and some of the other companies do put it on the actual bottle. So like this one here, the Cashmere Plum, approved for candles and soap. So you can actually just see it right there on the bottle. You don't have to look it up. It gives you a percentage. Soaps, 3 to 6%. I usually go to the max. I do that 6%. Candles, 3 to 10. So I like how some companies actually just put all that safety information on the bottle. That way you don't have to go to the website and look it up, because I found myself doing that for Flaming Candles fragrances. Let me see, where it is. I'm just trying to find my body spray. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. So this is actually Flaming Candle's body spray base. Completely different. I mean, there's no smell to it. It's just the base, but this is what I was testing prior to finding the ones by Essentials. So you know, if you're looking to buy a base and you're looking for a good texture on a lotion and a base that actually has a good consistency, I would definitely recommend Essentials by Catalina. I have not tried any of their, I don't even know if they sell fragrance oils, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I also, when I first purchased those, I purchased some 4-ounce spray bottles, because I do sell the body spray and the shimmer in 4-ounce spray bottles. And these are what they look like. However, when I got them the first time, this was a few months back, I wasn't really fond of them, and I'm still not fond of them. They work well, the sprayers are good, I've tested them out. But at the time, I didn't think about it. Because these are frosted, you cannot see the shimmer. So I literally just went on Amazon and I purchased clear plastic 4-ounce spray bottles, and I prefer those. I will stick with those, but I ran out last night. I was 6 short. Actually, I was 5 short, so I just switched over. I had a ton of these other bottles, so I've got three sets here that are not in the clear, and that kind of disappoints me because I really do like the shimmer. I like the look of it in the spray bottle. So yeah, so that's what it looks like, and it does have like a nice shimmer on your skin. I've never put it in my hair. I'm just not a shimmer hair type of person, but I have used it on my skin, and it does last for a while. In fact, yesterday I had glitter all over the place. I had glitter on me everywhere while I was making these. But so these bottles here are from Essentials by Catalina. I'm using them because I completely ran out of the clear plastic. This is my blueberry cheesecake. Everything else, including what I already have on the shelf, is all in the clear. Again, these bottles I just purchased on Amazon. They come in I think they come in, is it 48? Maybe 48, I don't know. I can link that in the description as well. So they come in little boxes like this, or containers like this. This is what it looks like. So I was literally 2 or 3 short. This one here was dented, so I couldn't use that. So out of the box that I get, I might have like 3 dents in there, and so what I do is I just use those for my own personal samples. And then this one here is okay, but I needed 6 because I do sell these in sets. So when you order one of the body sprays, you get two of these. So you get the body spray and then you get the matching hair and shimmer spray as well. So that's 8 ounces. And so I needed, because I made 3 of the blueberry cheesecake, so I needed 6 of the spray bottles, and one of them was dented. In fact, 2 of them were dented, and that only left me with 4, so I was too short. So I ended up just switching over to my other bottles from Essentials by Catalina and just using it for that. But I buy these off of Amazon, and I think they are, God, I'm not sure, less than $20, I think. Might be 19 something. I'd have to double check. All right, so for the labels, I make all of my own labels. I do that from Avery. However, I'm always trying to save a buck, and so I hardly ever buy labels from Avery. When you go to the store, you can get the Avery brand labels, but they're a little bit pricey, and I have found better deals on Amazon where you can just buy the 2-inch round labels, and you can get 30 sheets for like $6.99, which is way cheaper than a box of the Avery labels at the store. So I think I got 30 sheets, yeah, $6.99 it was. So for a box of Avery labels, even at Walmart, you will probably get, you're not going to get 30 sheets. You might get like 10 sheets or something like that, and it's going to be way more than $6.99. I've got some containers here. Okay, so by Avery labels, I mean this brand here. This isn't the 2-inch round matte labels that I use, but this is the example that I have. And so when you buy these, you will have a template number here. So what I do is I go to Amazon and I purchase the off-brand. These are the 2-inch round labels. These labels here actually came from this batch today. And what I do is I use the template number that's going to be on your Avery box. Okay, and so this isn't the same one because these are the 2x4 rectangle labels, but just to kind of give you an idea of how I do it. So I just type in the template number for the 2-inch round labels and it works out just fine. And you get more for your money. Now, not all of the labels have worked out perfectly because there's been a couple of labels where I could not find a matching template to fit. Even if it was the same size, it just wasn't working. And so there are times where I've had to literally go out and buy Avery labels so that I could get my labels made, but the 2-inch round circles tend to work just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my blueberry cheesecake first because I have not tried these containers with these labels. So I always put a towel down. Of course, you wash your hands. I do not wear gloves to put labels on because it would be ridiculous trying to peel off sticky. It just wouldn't work. So this is one order here. This is the body spray. Let me see, I like to line it up with the line. All right, so blueberry cheesecake body spray. And I just put it on like this. And that's it. I do like the pink that it matches the lid, but I'm still disappointed because they can't see the shimmer. Oh, the sun's coming out. All right, so this is the hair and body shimmer. I use a towel so it doesn't roll around everywhere. And that's it. So this is one set. I guess they don't look too bad, but you still can't see the shimmer. So let me just do a shimmer so you can see what that looks like. So We've got, what is this, Love Spell. So let me get my Love Spell here. All right, Love Spell body spray. All right, Love Spell hair and body shimmer. Okay, so this is what you're gonna get. So if you go to the shop and you order the body spray, you're gonna get one of each. So this is a set right here. Do one more, and then I will probably end the video because it would be really boring to watch me label all of these, but I just kind of wanted to pop in and see what you guys were up to today, and also just let you guys know what I'm doing today. And I'm going to, like I said, finish up these and take a shower, get ready for the day. I have to go to the post office. I have to do a little bit of updates on my Etsy shop and add my scents, my restocking inventory. And then I need to come back and I need to work on those wax melts and those wax samples. So my plan is if I can get all of this done, today, get these labeled, which it won't take but like 20 minutes to do this, then I can go ahead and get those wax melts done tonight. And I've already got my labels printed for my wax melts. I do the same 2-inch round labels. And then get that done tonight. My samples, I probably won't be able to get the samples packed up in those little bags because that takes a minute, so I'll probably have to do that tomorrow. I'm hoping to do a video tomorrow, so I don't know the schedule with Momo. He just kind of comes and goes with, you know, my son's schedule, but 9 times out of 10 he's here, so I expect him to be back tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow for sure. And so I can still do a video when he's here. I just have to wait till my son's home from work. And then also tomorrow, I don't even know, because tomorrow it's actually my youngest son's birthday on Friday. So I am making him a banana flavored birthday cake. He requested that. And then I'm doing homemade pizzas for dinner, and that is going to require prep, because when I do the cakes, I like to do the actual cake itself the day before so that it can sit and cool down, so when I frost it, it's a lot easier to work with. So I will probably make the cakes tomorrow, or the cake tomorrow. I'll start it tomorrow. And then the pizzas, I do everything homemade, and so I need to actually go out today and get the ingredients, because I looked in my pantry, I don't have any yeast, and so I'm gonna get yeast, and I need to get some more cheese and a couple of other things. And I will actually share the recipe if you're interested for the pizza crust. The pizza crust, I found this recipe a couple of years ago, and it is, oh, it's so delicious. It is I usually save these pizzas for like a special occasion. Very easy to make. I could make it more often, but it's just kind of become like a special dinner type meal. So I am going to make the crust tonight and let that sit in the fridge overnight. And then when I'm ready to put the pizzas together, all I need to do is roll it out, put it on the pizza pan, put the ingredients on there, the toppings, and call it a day. So I'll probably do 4. They're pretty good sized pizzas too. I'll probably do a veggie, a chicken and pineapple, a bacon, and a pepperoni. So that's what's on the menu, and then the banana cake, and I need to grab some ice cream as well. So that's kind of what's going on for the next couple of days. So somewhere in there, though, I really do want to get a video guide up there for you guys, because I know you guys have been really, really super patient, and I thank you so much for being super patient. But you know, I need to do that. I need to get that up. So I'm going to try to get everything done that I can get done, and then hopefully once the birthday stuff is situated, then I can, you know, focus on that a little bit more. All right, guys, so I am going to let you go, and I will pop in a little bit. All right, bye. All right, so it took me a lot less longer than I expected. It probably took about 10 minutes to go ahead and finish labeling these. So I thought I would just share with you really quick how I do the samples to give those away. So I usually will just underline, these are little care tips. I'll just underline whether they're getting the body spray or the shimmer. And then I just write in the scent. So this one here is orange sherbet. And then I go ahead and I bend it like that so that the wording is outside. And then I staple it, and then I pop this little guy in like that. And then that's it. That's their sample. So that's how I do that. So, and then I'm gonna, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna get everything reorganized on the shelf. Then I'm gonna get ready, pack my order, and go. All right, so inventory is kind of low right now, but I did manage to get the body sprays labeled and reorganized a little bit, moved my wax melts around. Usually I have almost 3 shelves of wax melts, but I am low right now, so that is going to help when I make more tonight. Down there I usually keep my fire starters, and then I just keep my room sprays in the boxes. Room sprays, I am using a spray from Flaming Candle. I think when these are done, I will probably go ahead and switch over to Essentials by Catalina as well. And also switch over to plastic bottles because I bought those glass ones and they are a pain in the butt to ship out. But I'm going to go ahead and get ready, and then maybe I'll pack an order with you. I only have 1 order today so far, so I'll pack an order with you guys, and then we can go to the post office and come on back and start the wax melts. I'm also washing the bedding today, so looking forward to that tonight, to sleep in a nice clean bedspread. And again, excuse the mess because it is disastrous in here. I see all these people that have small businesses or run businesses out of their home, and they do these TikTok videos, and I'm just like, how do they have such a magnificent home work area? Like, how do you do that? Mine's a mess. I mean, this is where I keep my candles, although I am phasing out candles, so this is the last of the candles that I have. Printer, thank you cards. This is where I keep my samples. This is the spot where I keep all my fragrance oils. However, most of the fragrance oils end up just kind of being scattered around everywhere. Bags, stuff for wax melt. It's a mess in here. It's a mess in here, guys. So please excuse it. It's my area. However, you know, like with any mess, I know where everything is. God forbid I send somebody in here to try to grab something, they never find it. Not even a pen or a pair of scissors. All right, on that note, I will be back. Well, what the hell, I'll go ahead and make my iced coffee so that you guys can know exactly what I'm drinking all the time, every day. I go through these like crazy. I probably drink about 3 of these a day, and it's just my iced coffee. I try to recreate Big B's. I don't know if you're familiar with Big B coffee, but I try to recreate Big B's Butter Bear, and it's basically a butterscotch caramel drink. It's iced coffee. You can get it anyway, but I like it iced. So I start out with my coffee cubes that I make with leftover coffee from the day. I have broken several of my plastic ice cube trays because for some reason I can't get coffee cubes out of the tray. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go through my wax melt molds and see if there's any that I'm no longer gonna use, and just use that for my coffee cubes. And so I am using the Easter Bunny ones. And I just washed those out, and I can actually get the coffee cubes out. Although I do need to replace our regular ice cube trays because, like I said, I've broken all of them trying to get them out. All right, so these are kind of small. It's just a little bunny. So I need 6 of them. All right, now for the good stuff, caramel syrup. I only buy the name brand when I can't get the off-brand. Works just as well, a lot cheaper. So yeah, about that much. Oh, you guys probably didn't even see it. I poured for about 5 seconds, if that even. Then I use a caramel macchiato creamer, and I pour that in, about that much, whatever that is. And then I have an iced coffee container. This comes with a filter that you put in the middle, and you can put the coffee grinds in the middle and then add your water, and then you let it sit in the fridge. I usually make it at night before I go to bed. I love this thing, but the only problem or the only complaint that I have is that it takes so much coffee. All right. And then I like to top it off with a little bit of whipped cream. All right. And then, of course, we need to, let me move it over here so you guys can see. We need to top it off with a little bit more caramel, because that's what it's about. Use my little stir stick and I stir it up. This is probably why I don't lose any weight, because I drink about 3 of these a day. I probably go, I mean, you can see how many caramel, well, I have a ton of caramel things over here, because I go through caramel like crazy. Perfect, perfect. If I do say, I actually think it's better than the Big B Butter Bear. I used to get the Butter Bears. We don't have a Big B in our immediate area, but there are 2 of them that I would pass on my way to go visit my mom. And I would always treat myself to a Butter Bear on the way there or on the way back. And I just one day was like, you know what, how can I make my own Butter Bear? Because those things are like $6 or $7 for a small one. And, you know, this is just cheaper, I think, in the long run. But anyway, that's how I make my drink. So whenever you see me drinking in the car or, you know, whatever, that's what I'm drinking. And it's perfect. Like I said, I'll have about 3 of those a day. All right, so now on to the next thing. I'm gonna take my quick shower, pack the order, and then we're gonna go to Kroger. We're gonna get the ingredients for the pizzas and a couple of other little things, and then come back and make those wax melts. All right, so I am showered and ready to go. I am going to pack this order really quick. Each order gets a thank you card, and of course, the samples that I mentioned earlier, and they're actually going to get the orange sherbet body spray. So we have Crystal. And this person actually ordered 2 of the 1,000 Wishes. So that's the only order I have today. So we're going to go ahead and get a bag here. I am out of my small, colorful bags. So a big, kind of ugly white bag is what I'm using right now, until I get some more colored bags. So come here and change the dimension of the bags. And then let me turn you guys around here. So I come over here, let me raise you up a little. I come over here to this horrific mess, and let's see, close this off. I don't do anything fancy. I don't wrap it up in tissue paper or anything like that. There's just not enough time to do that. Put everything in here. Give it a little extra tape. And then I have a scale over here off to the side, so I will go ahead and tear that out, weigh this, and it is 9 ounces exactly. So I'm printing that out. Usually when it's 9 ounces, I always go up. I always estimate a little bit high, so I put in 9.5 ounces just in case my scale is off. Because the post office, if you go and drop it off, I usually just go in and drop it in their bin. I don't even really, you know, if they're not busy, I'll stop and talk to them or whatever. But if the weight is off and you are under what it is, they will actually bill you. So you want to make sure that your weight is accurate. And then I do save this other side, and I will print labels on that too. I think I can go into my settings and I can change how my labels print out, but I have it set to what I want so that whatever I have left, I can use that other half. And then I just use tape it down. You can buy the sticky, full sheet sticky shipping label paper if you want, but I just prefer this. All right, order is packed, ready to go. So I am going to go grab my purse and we are going to head off to the post office. It's actually amazing that it looks like it looks right now, because I would say maybe 2 hours ago it was cloudy and it was snowing. I couldn't believe it. It's been like really nice here recently. It's been in the 50s, high 40s, low 50s, which is really great for Indiana this time of year. And then I get up this morning and it's dark, cloudy, and snowy. Big, huge snowflakes. So all of a sudden it just cleared up and it's back to early spring. And I'm a happy camper about it. So I don't know. I just wanted to do something a little bit different for the video today. Just to kind of show you guys what I do. I don't do anything fantastic. You know, this is like my daily routine minus when Momo's there. But you know, depending on the orders, I might have 5 orders, I might have 10 orders, I might have 1 order. You know, very seldom do I have 10 though, I'll be honest with you. That's more fall, winter type orders. But I try to get the orders out every day, even if it's just 1. I'm a stickler on my shipping. I try to do it as quickly as possible. So I just thought, well, what the hell, let me just put a video together. I've got a couple things to do. I had to, you know, work on the body sprays and whatnot. So I thought, what the hell, let me just make a quick video and put these things together so that you guys can see a little bit behind the scenes. You always see me, you know, going to the post office, but you don't see what I'm doing prior to the post office. So I don't know, it might be boring. You guys might not like it, but that's okay. Some of you might. And again, I apologize. My area is super messy. Like I said, I go on TikTok and I watch these videos of these people who have their little home business type studio areas, and I'm just like, wow, what am I doing wrong? I mean, they look beautiful. It's like a piece of art. And then I go into my space and it's just like, ugh, it's so dark and dreary in there. I mean, it's dark because the side curtains, I hardly ever open those up. And I also have like a kind of like another shade behind the one curtain, because that's also where I sit to do my readings. And I was having a really hard time back in the late fall because of the sun. The summer and the late fall, the sun sets on that side of the house. It's on the west side. And so where I put my camera, it was always around the time that I was doing a private read, and you couldn't see the cards with the reflection. So I have like a dark shade that I never took down even during the winter time. And so it's extra dark in that room, which I hate. I need to take that down, but I probably won't, in all honesty. And then the other window, I open those curtains, but that's like the back patio area, and I just don't get a whole lot of sun in there. So it's kind of a dark, dreary room, and it's extra cold in the wintertime because it's also connected to the attached garage, and it's on the end of the house, so there's two side wall or outside walls, so it's like cold and dark. But it is my workspace. So yeah, so I am gonna drop that order off, and then I need to go to Walmart, and I am going to grab the ingredients that I need for the homemade pizzas and go home and start setting up for those wax melts. I have a list. I made my list, and I need to get some yeast for the pizza dough. I want to grab another bag of flour just in case. I have cake flour for the birthday cake, but I don't know if I have enough, so I might grab another box of cake flour. I need to grab some sticks of butter for the frosting. That is the one thing that I will splurge on. Two things that I'll splurge on, and that is the butter and the vanilla. I will buy cheap stuff. I'm just one of those people where if it's nothing important, or if I don't feel like it's that important, I'll just buy, store brand, whatever. But when it comes to something that should be of high quality, at least in my opinion, I will splurge and I try to get the good stuff. So I really prefer real butter, and I always bake with salted butter, even though bakers tend to prefer the no salted butter. But I like the taste, and so I always buy the salted butter, but I buy really good butter. And then I buy a really good vanilla. Sometimes I will buy vanilla beans, and I'll literally cut them open and scrape the inside of the bean and use that, which I really love if you're doing something like a vanilla cake or something that's white, because you can see the little flakes of the vanilla in there. But I don't have any vanilla beans right now. And then for a while, I was literally saving my empty vanilla beans and putting them in a bottle of vanilla that I had, just to kind of soak up the rest of the flavor, because I hate to throw them out because they are very expensive. So I need to I've already got the vanilla, but I need to grab that butter. And then I need to get the ingredients for the toppings. So I need to get my cheeses. I usually just do a different blend of cheeses. I really have no recipe for the pizza topping itself. So that is pretty much, you can do whatever you want. You can be as creative as you want. Or do a basic cheese or pepperoni, that's fine. The only recipe I use is for the crust. I double the recipe because the recipe makes, I think it's 2 12-inch pizzas, so I do 2 of those, so I have 4 pizzas. So I will do 1 plain pepperoni and cheese, and then I'm going to do, I roasted chicken yesterday. So I have like a whole chicken left over. I'm going to take the chicken from that, and I'm gonna do a chicken and pineapple, and then I'm gonna do a bacon pizza, and then I'm gonna do a veggie. So you can, like I said, you can do whatever you want. I've never done a bacon one before, but I thought that would be a nice one to try, and I'm going to get the thick cut bacon so that it can hold up to the double baking, because I'm going to fry it first or saute it, and then I'm going to dice it up or put it in pieces, and then I'm going to have to bake it again. So I want it to be able to hold up to that. So I'm going to buy the thick cut bacon, and then for the veggie, which is mainly for me and my better half, I like black olives. I'm gonna get a red onion, or a bag of red onions. I need to grab some green peppers. I might just for color sake purchase a red or a yellow pepper as well. I want to get mushrooms, and that actually might be it for the veggie. Spinach, fresh spinach. I like to put fresh spinach on it. And then for the sauce, I am a Prego gal all the way. Even when I make spaghetti or lasagna or anything, it is all Prego. I love Prego. That I won't make my own sauce. I prefer Prego. I prefer the Prego jar. So I usually buy the Prego marinara, but I actually have a small can of the traditional Prego sauce, so I'm going to use that for 2 of the pizzas. I'll split that. And then we are white sauce pizza people. I love a ranch or I can't think of the name right now, but I will buy the Prego. It's not ranch, it's like not fettuccine. Oh, I can't think of the name right now, but it's in the jar. You can buy that too. So I'll do probably I'll stick with the traditional red sauce for the veggie and the pepperoni. And then for the chicken and pineapple and the bacon one, I'll do the white sauce. So that's what I got to get. And what else do I got to get? Oh, I got to get a birthday card for my son, and then a couple of gift bags. Really hard to buy for my kids. They're older, right? So they pretty much whatever they need, they buy for themselves. His kind of birthday gift to himself was all of these little trips that he's been kind of going to. He went to Chicago for there was some basketball game that he went to over there, and then he went to a comedy show, and then he just came back from Indianapolis with his brother. They went to a Pacer and Mavericks game. And I believe he bought himself an Xbox, because he's had his Xbox for I don't know how many years. He got it for Christmas. They all got it for Christmas. Probably I'd say going on 7-8 years ago now. I mean, it's been a while. And they each have bought their own things over the years, and so that Xbox kind of became his Xbox. And so it really was time to, I guess, I don't pay attention to the Xbox stuff. I don't know what the hell they have, what they don't have, to be honest with you. But he did make that purchase earlier in the month, and he said that was kind of his birthday gift to himself. So he upped his Xbox game. So he got that, and then his little trips. And so that's pretty much, he has his hobbies. He loves to write. He absolutely loves writing. I will actually share a link to some of his writing samples. He does movie reviews and book reviews, and he's really good. He's a really good writer. He would really like to kind of go into freelance writing. So that's kind of what he's working on right now. So he is a movie buff. Classic type movies, things that some of them I have never even heard of. He's turned me on to a couple of movies that I would have never have thought to have watched, because it's just not my cup of tea, but I ended up really enjoying it. So he's hard to buy for, but easy to buy for. Doesn't really need anything, so my gift to him is the cake and the meal. And then I ordered him a little Dachshund Best Doxy Papa, little keychain, and that's his name for Momo, is Papa. So whenever I say, "Oh, Papa's home," Momo goes right to the door, and he's all excited, and he's jumping all, so that's his name. So I thought that was perfect. And he loves The Godfather. He owns that movie, loves that movie. And so I actually seen on Amazon where it says The Dog Father, and it has a picture of a wiener dog. So those are my 2 gifts to him. And then the meal, and everybody kind of, Dad has things for him, books and, whatnot, and his brothers have things for him. So as a matter of fact, his older brother, my middle son, he's into photography and art. Okay. So, That's what he likes to do. All the boys are artsy in some way, shape, or form. But my middle son ended up, he whenever they go out together or do things, you know, the three of them, my middle son, you can guarantee he has a camera, okay, on him, on his person. And so he will randomly take photos, and he likes to have the old-fashioned film. He goes and drops off his you know, film and gets it developed and all of that stuff. And so a couple of weeks ago, they were all out, and my youngest son and his girlfriend were there as well. And she had Momo, okay? So they had went out to eat, and my middle son caught a picture, he took the picture of my son, his girlfriend, and Momo is in that picture. And when he got it developed last week, he forgot that photo was in there. And so what he decided to do for his birthday is go ahead and have that blown up a little bit, and then he bought a frame to go with it, and that is going to be his gift to him. So we all kind of do little, you know, not crazy gifts, but small, cute, funny, meaningful gifts. Mine is more cute and funny. I think my middle son is, you know, his is more meaningful. And then my oldest son, he will usually go to antique shops and things like that, and he finds really cute, unique gifts for everybody. So I don't know. I haven't had a chance to talk to him to know what he's going to do, but that is the plan for the birthday. So let me go into the post office. I know I'm probably boring the hell out of you guys. And this is going to probably be a really long video. I'm going to try to cut some of it and just put the highlights in, but I think it's still going to be a pretty long video. So I don't know. I have to see. Maybe I need to cut some out. But anyway, I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to go to Walmart, and I'll show you the ingredients that I get when I get back home, and that'll, well, the wax melts. Yeah. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back from the store. Forgive me, I have to use my sink for storage. For the pizzas, I got red onions, I got a green pepper, a red pepper, and whole baby bella mushrooms. I'll slice those up with some sliced black olives and the spinach. Okay, so that's the veggie, and then I've got some thick cut bacon. For one will be bacon, one will be just a plain pepperoni, and then one is going to be the chicken and pineapple. The sauce that I was trying to think of in the car is the Alfredo sauce. So 2 pizzas will have Alfredo sauce, 2 pizzas will have just traditional regular Prego sauce. I got my yeast for the crust and my good butter. So I got this here, extra creamy butter, sea salted. And then cheese, I just got a big bag of mozzarella. What is this? Italian 5 cheese, Italian, another Italian 5 cheese, Italian, and Fiesta blend. So what I like to do is I open up all these cheeses and I dump it into a big bowl and I mix it up, and there's a blend of cheese on each pizza, so that's how I do it. And then for the cake, because it is a banana cake, I got some dark chocolate chips, some melting wafers, and I'm going to go ahead and dip sliced bananas in there, and I will probably use that to decorate around the bottom and the top of the cake. The cake, I use cake flour, and then I've just regular flour for the pizza crust, and of course powdered sugar for the frosting. I'm actually going to do a cream cheese frosting for the middle of the layer, or between the 2 cakes, and then on the outside and the top it'll be just my regular buttercream, because I don't like using cream cheese butter for the outside of a cake, because I can never get the texture the way I like it. It's a little bit easier to do the outside of the cake with just a regular buttercream. So that is and of course I'm just using canned pineapple for the chicken and pineapple pizza. I have some leftover chicken from yesterday's dinner, so that's what I'm going to use for that. So that is going to be his birthday dinner. And now I'm going to put this stuff away and get started on my wax melts. All right, so I am getting ready to make these wax melts. I have my wax melting in my Presto pot. I use a, oh God, I think it's like I can hold 6 pounds of wax in a Presto pot. It's kind of like this. It's the exact same thing. This is a Presto pot. I have 2 of them. So I have one. I used to separate the wax. I would have one for candles, one for wax melts. Now this one is my fire starter wax. So, because I will use different waxes for the fire starters, it doesn't really matter what type of wax I'm using. I just need a wax. But I have my other Presto pot going with my wax melt wax, and I am set up for the first round of wax melts. I buy these clamshells on Amazon, and then even the warning label sticker, I purchase this off of Amazon. You can get that anywhere. You can get it at the candle companies as well, but I think this was like $6.99 for 500 of them. And then what I like to do is based on the scent, I will put glitter in them. I've done all sorts of things with wax melts. I've, dyed them different colors. I've used mica powder. Right now I'm going through my glitter phase, and so everything has glitter in it. This first scent is going to be a sandalwood and suede. I just sold out of that, so I'm restocking that. And I'm doing kind of like a, what was it? It was just kind of like a gold stars. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's kind of like gold stars. And then I'm also re-upping my blueberry cheesecake. So I've got blue glitter for that. Of course, I'm loaded with glitter. I have all sorts of different glitters to use. Again, Amazon. This is, you can pretty much use any kind of glitter, I believe, in wax melts. I've never tried the body glitter though. I haven't tried that, but any kind of chunky glitter that you can kind of see the color, and it really gives it kind of a cool look when it's done. Hold on, let me. So here is a love spell. So there's some heart glitter there on the bottom, if you can see that. And then here is a blueberry cheesecake. So I just kind of do it to match the color of the scent, or try my best. So I am just waiting for my wax to reach the temperature that it needs to reach. On the Presto pot, I set it for 200. You don't want your wax for wax melts to go that high. You don't want it to really go past max 190. So I always have a thermometer inside my Presto pot. Once it's melted, I start keeping tabs on that temperature, and then I adjust the knob. It is a little bit hard to control it, I find, a little bit on the Presto pot. So what I find myself doing is heating it up. I turn the knob to 200 to get it melted, and then I check that temperature, and then I turn it down to a little bit between 190 and 195. So I usually I'll pour the wax that I'm going to be using, the amount that I need, into my pouring pitcher. And at that point, it's usually about 190, 195. I let it go down to anywhere between 180 and 185. So I keep checking the temperature. Once it reaches that temperature that I'm looking for, that is when I add my fragrance oil. Okay, so I add the fragrance oil. I stir for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And then from there, I go right to pouring them into the clamshells. Now, I don't typically check the temperature before I pour. I literally check it right before I add fragrance oil, stir, pour. And that's how I've done it for years. But I have checked it on occasion just out of curiosity, and it drops rapidly in that 2 minutes. So once you add that fragrance oil and you're stirring for a couple of minutes, by the time I'm pouring, it's probably about 150. So it drops rapidly. And then I pour it in the clamshells. This is a wax melt wax. It's the Pro Blend 650 from Flaming Candle. It dries perfectly. It's got a nice, hard, crisp, not hard, but it's the texture that you want. and it dries or it hardens quite quick in these clamshells. Once it's hardened enough for me to close that lid, I close that lid to prevent anything from getting into it, whether it's dust or anything like that. And then I've got my labels printed. I printed those earlier. I printed the labels earlier when I was printing out my labels for the body sprays. So I've got a couple of leftovers from the last time I made batches that I'm going to use up. And then I'm doing a lavender sandalwood. I've got my peach nectar, sandalwood and suede, yuzu and satsuma. So I just use those 2-inch round labels that we talked about earlier. You know, it's whatever you want to use. I just use these because it's the easiest for me. You can do rectangles. I have yet to find the perfect size rectangle to fit on a rectangle clamshell, so I just opted for, you can do, I used to do the 2-inch squares as well, but I like the circles more than I like the squares. Plus it kind of matches the round warning label. Not that that needs to match or anything, but it's just what I prefer. And this is how it turns out. So very simple, very nothing fancy. Sometimes I use the Avery label designs that they have on there. Sometimes I just Google my own image and I add that as the background, and that's what it looks like. These here, let me see. So this is what it looks like. And like I said, I love the wax from Flaming Candle. There was a couple of months ago where I think I made a video talking about wax because Flaming Candle was out of their Pro Blend 250 or 650, and there was a couple of people that commented in the comment section recommending other places. Those 2 places that were recommended to me, their wax was perfect. I had no problem with that wax, and I cannot remember for the life of me where I ordered those waxes from, but just because I'm familiar with Flaming, once Flaming got the wax back in stock, I went back to them. But the other waxes, they were named something different, but it was pretty much the same as the Pro Blend 650. So tonight what I'm making is, I am making, it's called the Blueberry Cobbler, but I have it as Blueberry Cheesecake in the shop. And then I'm re-upping on that because I only have a couple left. I'm gonna re-up on my peach nectar, which I like that one. I have yuzu and satsuma that I need to finish this up and make some more. I literally sold out of, either I sold out or I have one left in stock of the yuzu satsuma. This is a really nice one. I received this as a free sample from Flaming last year, and I would have probably never have tried it if I hadn't had that sample, but it's very citrusy. It's kind of got a nice clean, like a grapefruit, pineapple-y, very citrus scent to it. I really like it. It's not just like a lemon or an orange. It's more pineapple with that grapefruit type scent. I don't know, it's really good. I like that one, and that one's a popular one. So I'm re-upping on that. And I'm also re-upping on my sandalwood and suede. So this one I sold out. I wasn't too sure on this one. I don't know how I feel about it, but it seems to be a popular one, and that one did really well too, so that's probably something I will keep in stock. So I need to re-up on that, and then I am re-upping on my lavender and sandalwood. So I feel like I have quite a few lavenders in stock. I have white sage and lavender, and that oil is from California Candle Supply. I have black amber and lavender, which is from Flaming Candle, and I have the lavender and sandalwood, which is from Flaming Candle. So the white sage and lavender, this is California Candle Supply. This is what I use for the sage lavender. Well, I call it white sage and lavender, but I guess it's just sage and lavender. Again, this is another example, a prime example of how different companies will put on their bottle, literally bath and body safe. I love that. That just makes it so much easier. Like I said earlier, I don't have to look on the website and go and double check. I had to do that for every scent that I used from Flaming. It only takes a matter of a few minutes, but it just is nice when they put that information on the bottle itself. I need to get more of that because that's also a very popular scent. And I like this one. I have tried the white sage and lavender from Flaming Candle. I don't like that one. I definitely prefer this one. The one from Flaming Candle is almost very, very strong. It's a very strong sage, but I don't even get sage from it. It's almost like a eucalyptus. It's more eucalyptus than anything else. I pick up very, very small notes of lavender. Whereas this, the lavender is, I think, the main note. It's that top note. So you still have that lavender followed by that nice sage underneath. It doesn't overpower the floral. Yeah, I like that. I like that the top note that you pick up, or at least I pick up, is that flower. And then another one that I have from California Candle Supply is the strawberries and cream. This one did extremely well with the body sprays, so I had to replenish that. I'm getting low on wax melts, but this is all I have left right now. And this right here is probably maybe 2 batches of wax melts. I make a batch and it's about 7 clamshells for a batch. So I could probably get about 14 clamshells out of what's left here, but this is such a popular scent in the body spray. I kind of want to not make any more until I have more, and just keep that on hand in case I need to make some body spray in the meantime. I don't know. I like that one too, but what I don't like about this one is the cream. I love the strawberry. I don't like the cream part. And it definitely has that kind of vanilla type note that, you know, I don't know. It's a popular one. A lot of people like it, but I'm not a big cream fan as far as scent. Let me see this one here, the Yuzu Satsuma Peach Nectar, another one that I would have never have bought had I not received a free sample from Flaming. So I'm just not a peach person, but I am now. Wasn't a peach person. I really like this one. It's just plain peach, but it's all it needs. It is just wonderful by itself. It has a really, really nice, strong, a strong hit. I love that one. That one's a very popular one as well. Blueberry cobbler, I don't care for. But the blueberry cheesecake, it is really popular. I've had this in stock for a couple of years now. I have to keep this year round. I originally started it as a holiday scent, but this one is really loved throughout the year, so I keep this one throughout the year. I'm just not a big blueberry fan. That's the only reason why I don't like it. The hot throw is amazing. It's a good scent. It's a good scent if you like blueberry. I just don't. So that's why I don't care for it. But it's not about what you always like, right? I try to have a little bit of variety and keep the things that sell, keep the things that people like. And then sandalwood and suede, like I said, I'm not really keen on this one. But again, it's a popular one. So that one's being re-upped. So these are the ones that I'm re-upping. So yeah, so I'm gonna make these, and I will come back on here when I'm about done. And I need to get this video edited and put everything together, and hopefully it wasn't too boring. But anyway, I will be back in a little bit. All right, so my wax is melted, and as you see, I'm at a little bit over 200. I did turn this down a little bit. I don't want it that high. I've already poured and measured my wax for the amount that I'm making. I'm making 24 ounces, which is, I use grams, so that's 680 grams. Right now, I am at 181. So it's been sitting there for a minute. I have my fragrance oil measured out. I am using 16%. Yes, that's a lot, but I like them to be strong. So that's going to be total. I'm going to need 572 grams of wax, which is what I have here. It was like 580, and then 108 grams of fragrance oil. So I'm going to pour it in there, mix it around for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to pour it into the clamshells. That's my blueberry cheesecake. So I did do my which one is this? That is the suede and the sandalwood and suede. So those ones are done. I have to do a few more of the blueberry cheesecakes, and then a couple more, and then I will be done for tonight. I will close these up soon. I literally poured those like 5 minutes ago. They're already starting to harden a little bit. I'll give those about maybe 15-20 minutes, and then I will close those lids. And Momo's on his way back, so I'm trying to hurry up and get these done. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm sorry about the light. It is almost 10:30. I did manage to finish restocking my wax melts that I needed to get done. But I ran out of clamshells. There was one more scent that I wanted to make. I have to order more clamshells. This was my last batch. But I am done tonight. I got them labeled and everything, and it's good to go. I'm just making coffee for tomorrow and getting stuff ready. My little guy, my little Momo, is gonna probably be here any minute now. So I'm gonna be sitting here on Momo's sofa. This is his designated sofa, and wrapping up my wax melt samples. So I didn't get as many done tonight. Usually I do separate batches. Well, not always, but I utilized every ounce of wax into my clamshells tonight, so I didn't have a whole lot of samples. Usually I try to pack up about 100 of these. So tonight I've only got 20 in here, which is 10 because I give everybody 2. So I will just pack them up, label them, tie them up with a little ribbon, and call it a day and put it in my container. But that's 10, and I've got about 10 left in my container right now, so that's about 20 orders. That'll last me for a good week, week and a half maybe. So I'm okay for right now, but I'm going to just finish up. There were some things that I didn't get done. For example, I wanted to get my banana slices dipped in the chocolate and put it in the refrigerator in an airtight container for the cake tomorrow. So I didn't get a chance to do that. Tomorrow I've got to do that. Tomorrow I've got to work on the pizza crust and get that done, and I've got to make my son's cake. I won't frost it until the next day, but I like to have the cake part made so that it can chill. So that's what I'm doing. But anyway, I don't know if this is going to be the last video I make tonight, but I probably won't be able to get this up until tomorrow. But hopefully it wasn't too boring. I know you guys are just staring at a pillow, but I don't want to put my face on like so close. So anyway, I might come back. This might be the end. And if it is the end, I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of my day. And if it's not, I'll be back. All right.